everyone. Hope you all had a safe and happy holiday. um, yeah, I wish I could just, say, hey, how's it going? And have everyone answer me back. Okay, so let's see how we're looking out here. All right, great. We are live on YouTube, and let's see if we're also live on Facebook. Okay, here we are. Okay, great. So we're live on all the channels. I say we like it's the royal we. Um, I'm the only one here today. Tomorrow is the team show, Two Guys Reselling with Jeff Beeman. So today is interesting. Are you paralyzed? A lot of you guys are coming off of a long 4-day weekend and you're, getting back into your business, whether it is, whether you have a full time job or a full time job or you do this full time. Maybe you have a part time job. Who knows? The main thing to consider is when you're trying to get back into things, especially coming off of a long weekend, is people are going to be throwing a lot of new opportunities at you. And you might not know what to do. Just the abundance of all these opportunities might paralyze you. You just got to take a deep breath, calm down, and ask yourself, does my business right now have everything it needs? Is it a functioning business? Okay, so that being said, we're going to get right into this. All right. Share the screen. Okay. So today we're looking at analysis paralysis. Are you paralyzed because you're over analyzing? Now, I have a great deal of experience in this because I do this all the time. I will analyze something to death until it doesn't exist anymore. Um, I'm not taking action on it. I'm not blogging about it. I'm not teaching it. I'm just analyzing the living crap out of it. This produces a type of fear. So, oh, I didn't even play this yet, moron. Okay, so this produces a type of fear, um, and this fear is very debilitating, and it makes you. Are you afraid of losing money? Your fear of losing time. Time and money are our two biggest assets. Uh, you know, we only have so much money, and a lot of it is very difficult to make. If you're working a full time job and you're doing that 9 to 5, and it's not something that you really like, because let's face it, if it was something you really liked, if it was your purpose and you felt completely fulfilled by it, you'd be immersing yourself in other things on how to get better at it, or spending time with your family because you're not at work. You wouldn't be watching a video like this. And time, man, what can I say about time? If you lose time, you can never get it back. So let's say last night you woke up 2 hours earlier. That 2 hours of sleep, you're never going to get back. You can never make up for it. You can't sleep 2 extra hours tonight to make up for the sleep lost the night before. And that's exactly how time works. So if you spend the majority of your hours a day, the majority of your time, and they're not spent on income producing activities, what ends up happening is come the end of the week, the end of the month, you find out that you're not really making any money. And that creates all kinds of anxiety and fear. Um, we don't like becoming fools. We don't want to appear foolish. We don't, right now I'm making this YouTube video, and I'm not reading from this big long script or anything like that. A lot of people could see this video and consider me very foolish. It's not a well done video. It's not, very well made. There's not any editing going on here. Um, I don't have, a bunch of links in the description, trying to get you to buy this, that, or the other thing. So it's a lot of marketers would not consider this a good video at all. So, nobody wants to be the clown. Nobody wants to be the fool. We really don't want to do things that will create other people to point and laugh at us. And that being said, though, consider some of the most successful, wealthy people in our culture are clowns. They're fools. Look at all the long list of comedians. They're all incredibly wealthy, and they've made a living at having us laugh at them. So, whatever your favorite sitcom is at night, whatever your favorite comedy movie is, whatever makes you laugh, those people have become very, very wealthy making us laugh. So, there's not, you know, looking foolish isn't that horrible of a thing. And if you're that worried about it, you can always turn off your comments. So, putting ourselves out there takes a lot of courage. And we have these voices in our head that just won't shut the heck up. They're just constantly on us. This isn't good enough. This isn't, you don't know enough about this to be, talking about it. Just all this adverse negativity raining down upon you from the inside out. And it could become very debilitating. It could lead to mass depression, the type where you're locked away in your bed for a very long time. Um, it could lead to all kinds of anxiety where you're sad and upset and you don't really know why, because this is just eating away at you and this negativity just won't stop. Just it gets kind of crazy. And I've heard that there are a lot of people who are actually afraid of success, where they, for whatever reason, have a fear of actually making it, actually hitting big, actually making their first $1 million or whatever your idea of success is, whether it's, living somewhere in a tropical island, or having big, huge buildings, whatever your final goal is at the end of the day, a lot of people are afraid of achieving that goal. For some, it's fear of the unknown. What I've achieved the goal, now what? What's next? What do we do from here? I can't speak to that because I've never really experienced a fear of success. But I've heard it's very debilitating for a lot of people out there. So where do we go from here? What can we do about this? How do we go on and continue working? Because all of this, the whole point of all this fear, it's stopping us from working. It's stopping us from going forward. It's stopping us from becoming as successful as we can become. And I got to tell you, I'm talking from experience. I've always, there's a lot of things that I haven't bought, or deals that I have not made. just because I didn't think I could sell it all fast enough. Now, with this new system of listing that I'm teaching myself, I talked about it last week. The YouTube person under the handle of My Boring Reseller Life. This person can list upwards of 200 items a day on eBay. His actual name is James, and he's been selling on eBay for over 20 years, which is actually longer than I have by a large by at least 7 or 8 years. And in that time, he's figured out how to post the quickest, without wasting time on extra clicks, without wasting time on big long descriptions, because all his time on eBay, he noticed how people shop. He noticed that people don't really read. They like to look at the pictures and they shop based on what they see in the picture as to whether or not they're going to buy the item. Not because the person has an awesome description or they use really big words or the person seems to be a real company. No, it's by what they see in the picture, because what they see in the picture, they expect to get. And a lot of people don't do the checkbox search on the left hand side. They just type what they want into the search bar. So when you make a listing, that's how you do it. Bing, bang, boom. And I'm looking at this guy's video. I'm watching it. It's an hour and a half long. I watched it once through, got up, got a cup of coffee, then turned it around and watched it again. Um, because I was just floored. I couldn't believe it. The second time I watched it, I made a bunch of notes. And then the third time, I was literally copying what he was doing. And it made all the difference in the world for me. All of a sudden, this huge just weight drops off of my shoulders, and I can now see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was just amazing. I went from only being able to throw up about 15 to 20 listings a day. Now I can do anywhere from 50 to 75 listings a day. And it's only going to get better from there, because this morning I took the time to watch that video yet again while going over my notes. And there was a bunch of stuff I missed, a bunch of stuff that for whatever reason, I glanced over and I did not. Oh, that's awesome. So Jeff just messaged me and told me that listing in variations, using that saves him a lot of time. So he'll have these video games. Let's say they're all like PlayStation 4 video games, and he'll list them all in the same listing, but use a different variation for them. He says that saves him a lot of time. This isn't a reselling tutorial. I'm sorry it kind of shifted into that. We're going to pull it back a little bit, just because this video we're going to talk about avoiding analysis paralysis, how we conquer our fear, and how we can go on and still become very productive, because that's the purpose, is being as productive as we possibly can, making as much money as we possibly can. And the point was, because I didn't overanalyze and overanalyze and overanalyze, I just looked at it, learned it, and put it into action. I'm experiencing a wonderful uptake in sales. So now, and don't worry, for those of you who are actually commenting, as soon as we get through with the slideshow, I will go over the comments and reply. Sorry about this. The problem is with the slideshow going, because I don't have a third screen, I only have two screens. I can only see the slideshow and the controls. I can't really see my video. Okay, so conquering fear. The best way, the most amazing way to conquer fear is through small successes. So the first day I try to apply listing really fast. I don't know, the James didn't have a name for his system, and I'm not really good at coming up with names, but fast listing. So that first day, I was using a listing software called List Perfectly, and I've used it for years. Don't get me wrong; I'm not coming up here to to backhand this software because I've been using it for years and years. But I realized that it was slowing down my listing process. And because I was trying to use it and create my templates there, the biggest problem is the item specifics. I kept having to re-click and re-click and re-click them, and it was a big pain in the butt, and it was taking up a lot of time. Also, the other bad thing about it is you can only edit one listing at a time. There isn't really a bulk edit feature built into that platform. And they have this thing called inline editing, but it's not, inline editing isn't the same as bulk editing. Inline editing is when they list the listings in a line, and you can change whatever fields are available to change in that line. And then when you're done, save it all at once. A bulk edit feature is more like you can click on, let's say, 100 listings. And let's say you want to change all those 100 listings prices. You want to drop the price by $2 on every listing. You can do that through eBay, but you can't do that through List Perfectly. So this guy's video showed me apparently that I needed to drop using this software because it was slowing me down huge. And it took me a whole day to learn that. In that first day, I only got up 16 listings. Day number 2 came up. And in day number 2, because I dropped it and I was really copying what I was being shown in the video, I got up 50 listings in one day. And I thought that was just top notch. I was so happy with that. So Saturday I went through and tweaking everything and looking at everything and just analyzing everything. And all of Saturday went by and I didn't get up a single listing because I was over analyzing everything. And I told myself, the guy in the video, James, he's not over analyzing anything. He's just doing it. He's grabbing his stuff and he's getting it up there. So Sunday comes along, which is day number 4, and I got up 75 listings in one day. That's insane. Previously, my goal was 100 listings a week, and I get up 75 in one day. So in those 4 days, even though there was a 0 day, I got up 125, 41, 141 listings in 4 days. And that's with a 0 day, a 0 listing day. So just in those first few days of learning and using the system, I had these small successes. Number one, I'm saving myself about $70 a month because I no longer use that software. Number two, I know I can get up easily now with what I know right now. If I don't improve at all, I should be able to get up anywhere from 200 to 300 listings a week. In fact, last week, I did just that. I got up 200 listings on a holiday week. So Thanksgiving, of course, I didn't do any listings on Thanksgiving. And I want to say that Monday, I didn't do any listings on that Monday either. And yesterday, Sunday, I didn't put up any listings on Sunday. So in 4 days of listing, I got to average 50 listings a day for the week, 200 listings. So I just doubled my goal, and that's with taking 3 days off in the week. So those small successes can just kick the living crap out of that fear. Now, this can be difficult. I had to rearrange my workspace a bit and, reorder how I do things and kind of let go of control a little bit and just try it someone else's way. This was very difficult for me. White knuckle, sweating. It wasn't, it, I didn't think it was fun. So you really need to give yourself some time to really learn and be able to have these small successes. And remember, we all want to run before we can walk, but you really need to take it one step at a time. And, like I said, when I rewatched his video again this morning after using it for about a week, I'd say about more than a week, about 11 days, so almost 2 weeks now. Um, I can honestly say, seeing what I missed, watching it again this morning, seeing those details that I've missed and how applying them can really help me get even faster. Um, it's really why you want to take it slowly, one step at a time, and allow yourself the opportunity to make mistakes. I made mistakes. That first day I tried the system, I was using that software. In the video, he wasn't using list management software. And I was surprised because this guy has thousands of active eBay listings going right now. And, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, wow, that's just incredible. So I allowed myself to make that mistake and I learned to take that out of the equation. And it really made me feel so much better about myself as a person. And I noticed that every success that I achieve really builds my confidence, it really builds my self esteem. And I know it'll do the exact same thing for you. We just need to get you on a pattern of having these small successes, rapid successes, um, you know, over time. Then what's going to happen is you're going to expect to succeed. You will no longer expect to fail. You will start expecting to succeed and you will start making tweaks. Like right now, for I've been selling on eBay now for since 2013. Okay. So it's going on almost 10 years. And in most of that time, I've basically sold with free shipping. Now I'm starting to learn people don't expect free shipping. So when they see my price, they don't think to say, why is it a little bit higher? Is shipping included in that? No, they just pass. When people send me a offer, I have to remind them that there's no extra cost in shipping in order to get them to understand why the price is what it is. I'm basically trying to swim upstream. So starting today going forward, I'm going to start selling with a flat rate shipping. My initial price will be lower because I'm going to just take the cost of the shipping completely out of there. I'm going to have a flat rate and then it'll be, plus one or two items will be this much. And so if they wanted to make a bundle, they could. And I believe that when I do that, I will see again another uptake in sales. So as I achieve more on the, in the past and I'm going forward, I'm looking to achieve even more. And I'm giving myself the confidence to make the adjustments necessary in order to do that. So I'm no longer struggling and fighting against myself because I'm going with the flow. I'm learning what my customers want from my customers directly, the way they speak to me, the way they write, how they're communicating, on top of what sellers who have been selling longer than I have been selling, what they are doing. James has been selling on eBay for over 20 years. So when he started selling on eBay, honestly, I probably haven't even heard of eBay yet. Um, because, like I said, I've only been doing it for about 9 years. He's been doing it 11 years longer than me. So, where's my mouse? Here we go. Sorry, guys. I lost my stupid mouse. Okay, so summing up. Um, okay, now let's look a little bit closely. Using. Oh, that's amazing. So Jeff's having some success. He got up about 30 listings today, which, is a lot for us. And I think he's going to be doing even more too. So by the end of the day, his count's going to be even higher than that. And he's listing just a bunch of video games. Um, so basically, to sum up, when you're analyzing the crap out of something, there's a reason for it. Either you're afraid of going forward because you think you could possibly lose out, or you're afraid of going forward because what if you succeed? What if it really works? Then what? Um, or you're just afraid because you really don't know why. Maybe you're feeling pressured by a friend to do something, but it has no appeal to you. It doesn't interest you at all. So you're trying to put them off by analyzing the crap out of something. Whatever your reasons are, it all boils down to just one thing: fear. It's all about fear. And the best way to conquer fear is to build your confidence. Just to prove it to you, the Marine Corps, the United States Marine Corps, one of the most elite fighting forces on the planet today. Um, I went through boot camp back in 1989, and they had this thing called the confidence course. And it's amazing. It's basically an obstacle course, but most of the obstacles go way up in the sky. And they have this thing. It's called Highway to Heaven. Holy crap. I wish I could show you guys pictures of it. It's basically a ladder made of logs that goes straight up. Whether you're afraid of heights or not, this thing will inspire a special kind of terror in you. There are no safety lines that they attach to you or nothing. You climb up, and there's a drill instructor at the very top who will help guide you over that top rung so that you can climb yourself down. And we had to do it twice, not once, but twice. So I got to tell you, when we graduated from boot camp, we thought we could do anything. Nothing kills fear like confidence, and nothing builds confidence like successes. And that was the whole purpose of the confidence course. All Marines are required to get through that confidence course. You don't get through the course, you don't become a Marine. It's that simple. Now they will drop you back to other classes to hopefully to train you because they've already invested a lot of money into you at this point, so they want to try to recover that investment. But there are people who have washed out of the Marine Corps because they did not finish the confidence course. Um, and like I said, when we got out of there, we really thought we could do anything. So just keep that in mind as I wrap this up. Figure out in your business and what it is that you do, how can you get a bunch of small successes consecutively and regularly so that you can build up your confidence. For me, if it wasn't for eBay, if it wasn't for all the selling I was doing on eBay, I could never, ever, ever do these videos. Because whether I have a good business day or a bad business day, in reselling, I normally have a good day. Even when they give me a return, my sales outweigh the returns by so much. It's not really that big of a deal. It's, oh well, they didn't like it. You know, if it's feasible, I'll get the item back. If it's not cost effective, I'll just let them keep the money. They get the refund. It's not a problem. Um, so it's It's usually always a good day. And that's what I build on when I go into my next days. I build on all of those little successes in reselling, and it's everything's a success. When you sell something, it's a success. When you buy something, it's a success. Um, you know, it's win-win. I don't know of any downsides to reselling. It's basically all just win-win, and it's one of the only things on the internet you can do for putting no money down, not involving any of your own money. You can just go through your house, grab your crap, the stuff you don't want anymore. Just make sure it's in good working order. You don't want to try to sell broken garbage unless it's broken electronics. There are a lot of people out there that will buy your broken electronics to either A, because they're students or working on their skills, so they want to see if they can repair it or diagnose it, do whatever to it, or B, they have the type of technical skill that they realize, hey, there's some good parts in there, and I know how to pull those parts out and put them into a good working unit, or take these parts and those parts and make a good working unit. You know, this is what I'm trying to say. There are people out there that will buy your broken electronics. You just have to be very clear that they are not working. You've tested it, it tests bad. You don't know really what's wrong with it. And you sell it like that as is, so they know they're buying something already broken. Um, I do that sometimes. You know, it was one time I sold a broken laser printer to a guy in Portland, and he wrote me back and said, "Oh, thanks for the awesome deal on the printer. It just needed a fuser, and I happen to have the fuser here that was hardly used, and now I've got a working printer for pennies on the dollar thanks to you." That just kind of blew me away. I helped this person without trying to help anyone. I was just trying to make some money. This person found a good use for something. I just saw it as a non-working printer, basically. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm sorry, guys. My wrap ups always take like way longer than they need to. I don't know how to wrap anything up. I really don't. Um, when I have telephone conversations, I don't know how to end a telephone conversation. I'm the kind of guy you got to tell me that you have to go, unless I have something pressing. Like I was talking to my cousin earlier today, but I knew I have this web thing to do, so I wanted to make sure I have a little bit of a slideshow for you guys. I've made some notes, so I'm just not out here blabbing away, just blabbering. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Two Guys Reselling, where Jeff and I, will talk a lot more about reselling. And I apologize for the reselling talk today. Like I said, this is not a reselling tutorial. It's just the majority of my most awesome wins come from reselling. So those are the examples I'm using. And later on, when we go down the road, I hope to have more pure internet marketing stories to share with you guys, marketing successes to share with you guys. And I will, because I'm working hard on it. Oh, and to let you guys know too, I am working on a reselling course. Yep. So basically, I'm just a normal dude. There's nothing special about me. Shoot, I didn't even finish high school. Definitely didn't go to college. I did join the Marine Corps. I was a part of the Marine Corps. But you go to a college graduate and you tell them that you got your college education from the Marines, believe me, it's not the same. And when I talk to people who have degrees, I know the difference, they know the difference. So the point I'm trying to make is, if a guy like me can do this, then anybody can do this. So yeah, so we're going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, for Two Guys Reselling.